clean any na the honya fe.
What you make up why?
I'm found the Hana say to me match energy. I need to match the energy. Oh yeah. Yes, this is fine. Anyway, hello guys, my name is KhoPhi. Thanks for joining us once again in this episode. I have with me a special guest today, and our conversation is going to be an interesting one. She is well versed in interior design, and this is a conversation I've always wanted to have with her. Glad to have this opportunity at the moment. So, welcome back. And with me today is, I know her as Dreamaker, but today he's going to break down all of that for us so that we get to know where the Dreamaker came from, how many dreams she's had, and talk about interior design and how she got into that field as well. Thanks for joining me, Selorm Dreamaker.
Thanks for inviting me, Rexford.
Actually, you invited me, and I love your space here.
You're always welcome.
Yes, compared to the other one, I remember the previous space you had.
What do you remember from there?
This is a major improvement, and I'm glad to be here. How long have you been here?
Okay, so I think next month will be 1 year.
Oh, then it's a long time I came to your place.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So tell us about yourself, your name, and we would like to go a bit into your background, where you grew up, and then how you ended up entering into interior design. It's a conversation I've always wanted to have. So,
so my name, born Selorm Djaba Mensah.
Okay.
Yes. Selorm Djaba Mensah.
Djaba Mensah.
Yeah.
The Djaba is which language?
Djaba is Krobo.
Krobo. Oh.
Yes. So but don't be deceived. I'm an Ewe. My father. That's actually my father's surname. Yes.
Oh,
he was named after someone. That's how come the Djaba. But then we are not Krobos.
Named after someone who was a Krobo.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That means you don't even know what the name.
No.
Because that was going to be my next question, as in what the name means.
No, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
And the Mensah is.
The Mensah is his. Yes.
Okay.
So actually he was the third born, the third man.
Yes,
I mean male born. Yeah. Yes. So anyway, so yes, that's my name, Selorm Djaba Mensah.
Yeah.
In brackets, Selorm Dreamaker.
Dreamaker. Yes. Where from the Dreamaker?
The Dreamaker, I think that it came out of inspiration, and I mean probably some personal habits.
Okay.
Let me put it that way. I just at a point I was looking for a nickname or a brand name. Let me put it that way. And one thing I realized about myself was, I wouldn't say I'm a dreamer. I like to see dreams being nurtured into something big. Yes. Okay. So once I put my head to something that this is what I want to do, no matter what be the case, I want to see it grow. I want to see it being done.
Sure.
Yes. And so I sat down and I said, okay, I like dreaming. But then again, I am a maker. I'm a go-getter. Exactly. Okay. I'm a go-getter. I don't like sitting down watching people. That is one thing I hate to see. So a dream maker.
Sure.
I make your dreams come true. I make my dreams come true.
Definitely something you do with your interior designs.
Exactly.
Helping your clients
see
bring their vision into.
Exactly.
So your background, that means you grew up in Volta, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
I've never lived there actually.
So your hometown, your schooling days, how
born and bred in KhoPhi.
Oh.
KhoPhi
is I'm also coming from.
Maybe I would say my second hometown or my hometown.
Okay.
I was born and bred in KhoPhi.
Schooled in KhoPhi.
I started schooling there. In fact, all my siblings schooled there, but because of my father's profession, he was a teacher.
Okay.
So we ended up moving around throughout the region actually.
Okay.
We were in Ghana, and then from Ghana, as at the time we were leaving KhoPhi, I was still very young.
Okay.
Yes, so we went to Accra Plains. We were there for like 5 years. Came to Akemoda, I came to Edro, and then back to KhoPhi.
Okay.
So for me, I didn't really school that much in KhoPhi, but my siblings did it.
Okay.
I had to move along.
Move around a little bit. So your Junior high was in
Akimoda.
Akimoda.
Yes,
Okay.
Hector International School.
And then high school?
High school, St. Rose's, Akwitia.
Oh, you went to St. Rose's. I
Yes.
see.
Yes.
This year, I don't know whether your school is in the National Science and Maths School.
Please, I don't know. Please, we are not interested.
Oh, okay.
We are not interested.
And so, what did you study in St. Rose's?
St. Rose's General Arts. Yeah.
General Arts.
History, government,
Okay.
literature.
Was it something you chose for yourself?
Yes, I did.
You were interested in
government.
Okay.
Then I had always had the dream of being a lawyer.
Okay.
Yes. So the government date was
just to exercise that.
Yes, government
interest.
And literature, and then on to university too. I still had the same vision, so I chose political science. Psychology
in tertiary.
University of Ghana.
University of Ghana.
But I didn't get political science actually.
Okay.
I chose psychology, English, political science, and then theater arts. But I didn't get a political science, so I got the other three: English, psychology, theater arts. So those were the courses I did in University of Ghana.
Okay. And throughout back to your high school, would you consider yourself like a serious student?
Serious, I was a serious student. Yes,
that's good. I don't consider myself like that.
Really, serious. I was serious. I was just. I mean, it was a girls' school, so.
were you top of your class?
No, please, no. I wasn't.
Okay.
I wasn't. Maybe junior high school, fine, but SS, yeah. I mean, there were too many.
And then, so in tertiary, you did what you studied in. When you finished, were you able to practice what you studied?
I didn't.
What happened?
As at the time I was leaving university, when I got psychology, I started convincing myself, okay, I didn't get the political science and the law, and also it looks like I found a new love, psychology.
Okay.
That was my focus then. As at the time I was graduating, I was telling myself I was going to go back to psychology and pursue it and become a psychologist. But after school, after service, no, change of mind, business setting, I decided to pursue something else. I decided to pursue my passion, which I find myself in now.
At the moment with the interior design.
Yes.
Where did you do your service?
So I did my service at the Social Welfare Department in KhoPhi Central Hospital.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that means it brought you back to KhoPhi.
Yeah.
So leading up to the interior design, at what point did you realize like interior design is something you are interested in?
Okay.
In all those years, like doing your general arts, government, entering into psychology in the university, where from the interior design, like in all those years?
So when I left university, I mean, during that, after university, we stay home for like a whole year before.
Yeah.
That was where I started realizing that it looks like I have a different passion for decorations and interior decor, interior design, and even the construction industry.
Okay.
So, I mean, you check my phone, even then you realize I am always saving pictures of rooms here and there, buildings on my phone.
The colors of...
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I felt like, this thing, Ghana here, I don't think it will sell. Because it was fairly new. It was almost... After that time.
How long ago was this?
This was 2012, thereabouts. Okay. Yeah, so I felt like, this thing there...
2012 is a long time.
This thing there, Ghana here, I don't think it's going to work. So I felt like, okay, let me just ignore it for now. And then, so after service, I worked for like a year or 2 years or so. During my service, I started events management. That one too, after service, I couldn't even sustain it.
Yeah.
And then I felt like, well, this thing, let me start digging deep into it and see how I can work around it. Because as at that time, 2014, 2015 there, I started learning and reading about it, watching, and I mean, I was just researching here and there. Then I realized that, you know what, some time back, about 10 years ago, the event industry found itself in the same situation. Almost everybody thought they could organize their own weddings.
Yes.
Everybody thought I could plan. I could prepare the catering. I could do whatever. But as it stands now, it's no longer the case.
Yes.
You probably need a wedding planner. you need an event decorator, you need whatever.
Unless you are looking for chaos on your on
Exactly,
your
exactly. So that was what I used to actually, motivate myself and said, let me just pursue it. Although it wasn't so, from home, my father has been a public servant all his life, my mother too. So it was quite difficult convincing them
that this is an endeavor you
this
want
is what
to.
I want to do.
I'm curious what the conversation was like.
So my father would ask me before I finish my service, what are your plans after your service? What do you intend to do? I said, I want to start my own business.
That's always a hard conversation to have, and especially when the business is not. It's
exactly
in quote. It's a bit unconventional. Like
exactly.
you wanted to do.
I want to start my own business. He nodded and I was like, really?
Hey, this is what they will say. They play.
He said, you know what? This is a serious idea you are thinking because it's not going to take you anywhere. Starting a business is a very difficult venture. And I told him, I know. I had started psyching myself even before I left school.
That it's not going to be easy.
Exactly. So I want to start early. He said, no. You have to get a job first, find a work for experience, blah, blah, blah. And then when you go to a point, you can start thinking about those things. And I said, no, I want to start when I'm young. You can imagine. You can imagine how the conversation went. But at a point, I had to be a bit stubborn. Because after my national service, I don't know, but I never had the desire to go back to the public office.
Okay.
Yes, the public service.
You didn't like the experience.
No, I didn't like the whole atmosphere. I felt like this is not a place I can grow. It looks like I'm a very adventurous person. And one thing I don't like is being boxed to be seated at one place
which is very common in such areas because they have their way of operating and you have to.
I can't survive there. You are not even allowed to express your creativity. So I told myself, I'm never going to go back to that kind of. No matter what, I will find something to do on my own, even if I don't get a job. So that was where I started. So then I started learning and I realized the interest was coming. That was somewhere 2014 thereabouts. So,
and this was also back in KhoPhi?
Yes, all in KhoPhi. This time I finished my service. I had gotten some job here and there. And then so I was learning here and there until my second year, 2014. I lost my job and I told myself, you know what, I'm not going to go back looking for a job again. Let me just focus on this. Exactly.
And what was the focusing like? What did that involve? So, and the reason I'm asking this is because it's the economic environment here in the country makes it challenging for young ones trying to come up with their idea and go through with it. So in your case, choosing to go that path, what was the process like?
So I lost my job then.
Okay.
And then I told myself, it's okay. I won't even bother going around looking for a job again. Let me find a way to make this thing happen. So I stayed home for a while.
Okay.
And during that period, I used that time to do all the learning I could learn about this profession. Then there were no even schools here in Ghana teaching interior design. It was
such a novel.
Exactly. So talk about almost all the online courses on interior design. I took them. From the certificate to diploma to degree, I did all those. So I made sure I utilized the time I was home.
In learning as much as you
can. Learn as much as I can. My parents, for them, I was jobless. So, but I knew I had a plan. I knew where I was going. So whilst learning and whilst home, that was when I started putting myself out there. Started telling people about what I'm doing now. So I started posting. I'll be posting, and
I remember that on your status
posting, and everybody will be asking, "Is it what you do now? Are you now an interior designer?" Then I'll be like, "Yes."
If I remember, I think I've asked that before. Way back when you started. I think at that time you were still in KhoPhi.
Yes.
Way back.
Yes. So then I realized at a point you feel like nobody's watching you, nobody's seeing what you are doing. So when I started getting that response, that was when I felt like, okay, it looks like people are paying attention.
Yes.
The first time after about a whole year, I'll be posting and sharing blogs, articles, and nobody will be liking. But when it's a foolish post, you realize.
Well, that's the thing. things of entertainment and things of
Exactly.
fun are...
Exactly. Until I got the first person inboxing me on Facebook. Hi, Selorm, I've been following you a while. Are you an interior designer? I said, yes. You could imagine the joy.
Yes.
I suddenly felt like, okay, now at least someone is paying attention. I need advice or so and so and so. I mean, I'm happy to help. Don't worry.
Yes.
No, I didn't even think about money then.
At the time, you just want someone to
Exactly.
value your service.
Exactly. I didn't even think about money then. That was what gave me hope. That, okay, it looks like I need to keep pushing.
Yes.
I need to keep pushing. Then I realized that, okay, whilst I'm still waiting to get called, I had to save some money whilst I was working. I had my last person on me.
Yeah.
I tried to get a product to sell. Okay. Wall stickers and wallpapers here and there. I saw it online about someone was selling it on Facebook. I bought a couple of them, brought them to KhoPhi, and you could imagine within a week I sold all.
Okay.
Yes.
People like the designs.
Exactly. Then I said, wow, okay. I went back for another batch. I sold everything again. Now I started getting people calling me from Accra, from Kumasi, here and there. Exactly. So one of the first clients I got was a school inside North Legon. Okay. Around the TF hostel. It was a Montessori. This woman who was setting up a fresh school and has seen my post on Facebook about the stickers. Yeah. So she wanted to buy some to decorate the place. She asked me to come by. I mean, then I wasn't even telling people I'm in KhoPhi. Yes.
As long as they wanted, exactly. You are available to
yes,
deliver.
I'm coming right now. So she called me that she wanted to buy some. It's a new school she's setting up, so she wants us to install it for her. And then she ended up making me decorate the place for her.
Oh, in the process. Exactly. So bring the designs and then
so after installing the stickers here and there, she asked that if I could help her. Am I a design decorator? I said yes. And she said, okay, can you help us decorate the place? So I helped them put the whole place up. That was one of the first projects I got then. Yes.
And that was even in a way unexpected because
exactly. I didn't even charge her for anything. Yes. I didn't even take
because in your mind you're just
yes. So I posted them on. I have even lost access to that page. That page I was using then to advertise. Yes, I had lost that. So I posted it then and then, okay. Now I was getting a little bit seen here and there. Yes. Yeah. I was getting, so that was when I was using my sister's house. I mean, at that time, I could say she was one of the few people who were supporting what I was doing.
Also in KhoPhi.
Yes, so I was using her home as practice.
Okay.
So come and Christmas is coming. Can you change my living room for me? I'll take the opportunity to do it and post pictures.
Yes.
I mean, I want to change my bedroom. Come and do it for me.
Yes. And at least that also gave you some hands-on experience.
Of course. Of course. That was it. I mean,
and in all of that, you definitely learned a thing or two, figured out like what works, and having a place like your sisters to do practicals was a way. So in moving from there to, like you described, those were your first initial client calls.
Yeah.
How did it go from there?
Okay, so I think one thing, like you were saying, you keep learning from there onwards. At that moment, all I was thinking of was visibility, people seeing me, people getting to know what I do. So I didn't even think about how much I was even taking or making.
Yeah.
Yes, I wouldn't bother traveling. On several occasions, travel from KhoPhi to Accra to meet a client, and sometimes, most of the times, they vanish. You get to Accra, I'm here, and they don't even pick your calls again. Yes.
That because I was going to come to some of the difficulties you faced in the process. So
yes, it was very frustrating, but I kept telling myself, don't worry. I mean, after those instances, you learn something from it.
Yeah.
So it got to a point now I started getting a few clients here and there. All this while I was still not making money. For me, it was just, working for free. Yes. So it got to a point I started realizing that, okay, it looks like this thing seems to be big. Yes, picking up. But I just have to find a way to monetize it, or at least make something out of it.
Especially that's the monetization part.
especially when I mean, you have to be moving around from place
which
to
costs
place.
money.
Exactly, from place to place. I mean, someone will call you from all the way from Kumasi, come and install wall stickers for me. I traveled to Kumasi, install, and I didn't charge anything, not even transportation. Until I came back and I realized, hey, what kind of mistake? What kind of
And the person also didn't think of saying, oh, then take transport money.
No, I came back and after a while I realized, oh, I made a fool out of myself. So I spent.
But in the process, you are so excited installing those designs. I didn't even realize it. You forget that.
I didn't even realize it. So, I mean, it took me a long time before I came to my senses and I realized, okay, it looks like there are a lot of things I need to learn. I mean, now at least I have the skill. I can design and decorate. So I started learning a lot about the business bit.
As a side of things.
Exactly. I started learning a lot about the business bit because, I mean, how do I even get a lot of other markets? How do I monetize this? How do I save money? I mean, the marketing bit was one of my major challenges because I was a very shy person then.
I think, sir, that makes the two of us. And I would want you to, in a short moment, give some tips on marketing that anyone starting out there can use to improve their.
Okay. I was a very shy person then. So getting into meet people, introducing myself, telling them what I do was one of the most difficult things I could do. So I started reading and reading and reading. And I mean, I studied market. I read everything about marketing to a point. Yes. So now I realized that, okay, you know what? I need to start taking charge of events, workshops. I liked attending seminars, workshops, events then. But then anytime it got to the point of let's introduce ourselves, it's either I vanish from the scene or but this time around I said no. So I started going for almost every seminar I see. Every seminar I see. And you see, at that time, this whole thing was still new. Interior design was still very new almost unseen in the country. So you go for this event, they mentioned introduction, and I'm the first person to put my hand up. Yes. I gather courage, speak about myself, tell them my name. I'm an interior designer. The moment you mention interior design, after the program, everybody wants to meet you.
And hear.
Exactly. So what is it about? Tell us. What is it about? Tell me more. I mean, so I'm like, okay, so this thing, everybody takes my contact.
Yes.
That was where I said to myself, I need to be doing more of this.
And that was one way you marketed yourself out there in the initial stages.
Exactly. It was very difficult, especially the talking. The talking was, but I had to master courage. I had to do it by all means. So, okay, I started doing it, events, wherever I go. Sometimes I just go purposely to introduce myself. I don't even have anything doing there, but just for the sake of telling them, and it did work because again,
you would meet people, they will exchange contacts, and then whenever they think of anything interior design related, you will likely come to mind.
Yes. So, and then another thing was because it was fresh, there was no schools in Ghana teaching. Almost everybody wants to know how you did it. How did you learn? Where did you learn from? Okay, so I picked that, and then after like a year or two, I told myself, it looks like I need to start training people, teaching people how to do it because there's no school in Ghana that's yes. So I started harboring that idea until 2018 or so, 2017, 2018. I organized the first, training session online.
Okay.
Yes.
And I think I remember that.
Yes, it came out very well. I had quite a number of people attending. It was, I think, I've forgotten the platform I used then. I've forgotten the platform I used then. So I started reading again. I spoke to even some coaches about how I'm not making any money from the business. And I didn't have money then. So I approached them, can you help me? It looks like I want to learn how to monetize the business. So they took me down and taught me about how I should brand myself. I should make relevant posts online. I should do this, I should do that. And then I went back, sat down and said, okay, let me take some time and then do some of these things now. At least I've gotten a little bit about the marketing now. Now I have to make very good use of social media.
As well.
The posts I make, and then also, so the content on the post I make online, and then how to brand myself so that people would actually be attracted
to the services you are providing.
Exactly, so that people will be attracted. So someone really helps sensitize me that, you know what, this whole service you are providing is not a need. It's not a need. So you have to make them understand what they will get out of it.
Because I think that's what they refer to as, is it value proposition or something of that sort?
Yes, exactly. This is more like a luxury service you are providing. So you have to really make them understand the
benefits they are getting from it.
If not, you're going to suffer. You're going to suffer, which I soaked that into. So all that period, for me, it took me a long time. Besides, again, because I didn't have any particular person to look up to and say, okay, teach me experience.
And walk me through the process.
So I was learning everything on my own. So maybe for the first 3 or 4 years, honestly, I could say I didn't make anything out of it until I took my time, did all these researches, learned a lot about all these things, and then maybe what one of the first big projects, even that's where I didn't make money, it was a kitchen project.
Okay.
That was somewhere 2018, 2019, 2018 thereabout. The kitchen project I did for someone. Yes, for someone. So over there I realized that, okay, this also has a market. The kitchen, I brought in a partner, we decided to do it for the person, and then it ended up being messed up. I mean, a whole lot of misunderstanding, blah, blah, blah. So from there, I started looking for avenues and how I can monetize this, how I can create better content.
Okay.
Yes, how I can create better content, how I can brand myself.
And put yourself out there.
Exactly. That was how I started changing. So I went to my Instagram page and almost deleted everything I had posted earlier.
And start afresh.
Exactly. Exactly. Deleted almost all my old posts and then started afresh, except maybe those things that had to do with decorations. Yes. Then I was getting a little bit noted. Now at least I was a bit good with pricing, how much to price. I had managed to learn a lot about the pricing, the fees, how to even save if I after charging them. Do you get it? How do I, what goes into the pricing? You have to consider your transportation, your expenses, all those things. If not, you'll just be mentioning figures randomly.
Without actual like, breakdown of what it involves.
Exactly.
I'm enjoying this conversation, and we'll continue after this short break. We'll talk about how you use technology in your interior design, figuring out things, what the process is like. If somebody wants, I come to you, what is some of the process you go through? And then we'll touch on AI, artificial intelligence, whether you're making use of it in any of your line of work. So we'll be right back. Welcome back. So now let's dive into what the process is like. I come to you, I want my property designed. What are some of the things you go through in trying to come up with the best design for the client? So basically, once the person gets in touch with the team, right, we have to take them through, first of all, some pre-qualification where I make them fill a form. Sometimes I do it verbally. I would ask you a series of questions, or mostly I'll just let you fill a form. And the questions are usually along the lines of how big is your property?
Yes, you want to know a lot about the property you want us to do for you, how big it is, how many rooms you want, what are your preferences, and what are some of the things you prefer that we do for you. You get, so
maybe you like a particular color.
Exactly. Or, what is your style? I mean, all the things, the information, the basic information that I will need to at least, come up with either the piece, because I need to know the scope. What exactly do you want us to do for you? Where is the location? How big is the place? If you can give us in square meters, or maybe the number of rooms, and exactly what type of property is it? Is it a home, an office, a shop, or whatever? So we'll let you, and then also, what is your budget, or how much do you intend to spend on this? This is what most people don't like answering at all.
Well, it's a tricky thing, because people have a cap, a ceiling to how much they would want to spend. But at least, like your accent, if you, the designer, knows, oh, the person is willing to spend X amount of money, then you can also factor that into.
Exactly.
But then they don't like to answer
nobody
that.
will tell you, I don't have a budget. I don't have. You see, the reason why we need to know at least your spending limits or your budget. If you don't have a budget, at least give us a cap so that we know that.
Be like, I am not spending more than
so
10
and so.
cedis.
Because you see, everything within this industry or within our kind of job is basically about your preferences and what you can afford.
Yes.
There are options. Do you get
Varied options. And so
there are options. So if you tell me I can't afford 100,000 Ghana cedis so far, so that I know that I won't give you a concept that includes something like that.
Something like that.
Or I won't take you to a shop or a showroom that has those kind of sofas. You see, because talk about
so
sofa.
you will help them cut their quote according to.
Yes. Talk about sofa. There are places you go, you can get a bed for 100,000, 200,000 Ghana cedis.
Yes.
There are places you can go, you get a bed for 2,000 cedis.
Yes.
Do you get it?
So depending on what they are looking for, then.
Yes, somebody wants a home that looks very luxurious. Another person says, you know what? No, I just want something basic. I can just sleep.
Yes.
You see, so if with that kind of idea, then I know what to put into it for you. So we have to find a way to pre-qualify them, and then after that, we can go back, put together all this information, analyze them, and then come up with either. Do we have to come back to the site to view things ourselves?
Physically?
Yes, because there are some of the projects that require that you go there
and see for yourself
and then analyze the space, which usually comes with a fee.
Okay.
Or it is something as simple as that I can stay in the office and give you a quotation and give you my fees.
Or maybe they can send in some pictures?
I'll send in pictures, yes. I'll send in some pictures. You get it. There are some of the services actually, all I need to know is, okay, you want to decorate a home, I already have this, I already have that. Then I can tell you, okay, this is my fee.
Sure.
Simple as that.
If there will be a lot of customization, then And how long is this entire process? Like
for the whole project design or just the
to get into the quotes and that stage?
No, this is just like a day, 2, 3. Depends on how soon you get the form back
information back from the person.
Yes, this can be done within a day or 2 or 3. Yes, some people are
very
slow with.
You move on to.
So once they are confirmed that okay, this is it, I want you to come over, or no, don't come over. Let's just give me.
Sure.
Then we can go back. Once you make payment, you make your initial payment. Then work begins.
Okay.
We can start putting together ideas, concepts, blah blah blah. By then, I have gathered all the information I need from you.
Yeah.
Yes. If I need to, sometimes I need to set up another meeting to go deepending on the level of the project. Or how much customization is needed. I might have to set up another meeting to gather further information. If not, I just go back, take some time with my team, and then put together the ideas, concept, color scheme, a plan, all those things. And then with that, I can give you the cost of everything we are going to be doing. If you approve it, then we move ahead. If not, okay, let's change this, change that. I go back, do it, and then until we are actually on the same page, then work can begin.
That sounds like a lot. That goes into it. In terms of figuring out what will be best overall for the client.
That's the portion that takes a lot of time and a lot of thinking. The planning,
the creative
concept,
side of things.
Before the execution. You need time to think if you're a creative person.
And do you give possible designs, or you only go with one?
Sometimes, there are some people who are very, well with their decision making.
So they know I want A, B, and
it's for
C.
such a person, yes. Sometimes, depending on the package or the service they choose. Yes, so some people I can just put together one option, and then I know that this person, with all the information I have, even if they don't like it, we just have to make some 1 or 2 changes.
Yeah.
And then there are sometimes some packages and some services that will require that. Let's put together 2 options.
And then see where they lean towards.
And then see where they lean towards, so we can build from there. Yes.
Do you use any technology in your line of work? And this is interesting to me because I have a bit of experience with 3D designs, I haven't gone deeper as much as I would have wanted.
Yeah.
But then, do you have any use of technology in coming up with these designs that helps to make work faster for you?
Of course, plenty. I mean, these days you can never say you won't use technology. Besides our kind of job, all the creatives, even now, even the business aspects, we are using technological, digital tools here and there, right from even the onboarding. There are softwares and tools that we use to gather all this information, blah, blah, blah. There are software and digital tools that we use to organize all the concepts we put together, right from creating the mood board, creating the color scheme, creating the 3Ds. These are all softwares we use to generate all this information and then forward them to the client
for review. With the rise of AI, would you say that for the work involved in being an interior designer can someday be overtaken by AI?
Oh, no.
This is a question I ask, open-ended questions, because what are your thoughts on it?
It can never be.
It can't.
No. Even now, yes, we're using technology, AI to. I mean, even talk of that. How many people even use AI to design rooms?
Yeah.
Do you get it? Yes, there are those options available, but first of all, you might not get the customization you even want.
The exactness clients may be looking for.
Yes, maybe for those things could be used for maybe creating content online. Maybe, I mean, sometimes you just want to do a short presentation to a client and you want, but I mean, the client has told you.
As a final work
no, it's almost impossible.
And in your line of work, do you employ AI in ways to make your work faster, or?
Oh yeah, sometimes you do. Sometimes you use AI to help you generate some of the ideas, some of the content, some of the yes. So I mean, these days AI has become almost every platform, everywhere you pass, there's AI.
Yeah. and because I think recently for a photo shoot, they wanted me to take pictures of products. So instead of setting up the camera and taking different angles, I just described the concept to the AI. It gave me different angles. I gave it to the client and was like, which style do you want? They said the style. No, of course, the images looked artistic. They weren't like real images. But it was an easier way for me to convey,
of course,
what I wanted to achieve.
Were thinking of doing.
Then afterwards, I was able to set up the camera according to the lighting and then get it working. So, what are the next steps for Dreamaker? You know what you've not mentioned so far in this conversation?
What is it?
What your business name is?
Maybe because you didn't ask.
Maybe because I didn't ask. Forgive me. What exactly the Dreamaker was?
The Dreamaker is just my name.
Yes. But then
that is not my company name.
What is the company name?
So the company is called Accento Projekts.
Okay.
Accento Projekts. So the company is actually a construction company.
Oh.
Yes, the company is a construction company. I am an interior designer and a project manager. Yes, so I design spaces and then I help manage construction projects. Yes, so we do almost every aspect. So we do renovations, we do construction right from scratch. Yes, and then we do the design bits. Yes, so actually, for now, we could be your one-stop shop for everything building, all the way to decor. All the way to decoration, just for you to move in. Do you get it? So that is what we do, Accento Projects. Yes.
And so you handle more of the interior design aspects, side of things, and project management.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, how do I reach out to you? Let's say I have this big property I want designed. How do I contact Accento Projekts?
Please come to us right now. Bring it right now. Just search us on social media, Accento Projekts, Instagram, Facebook, or just look for my page. My page is quite active on Instagram and Facebook, Selorm Dreamaker.
Okay, I'll surely put it in the description and also hopefully on the screen.
Yes.
So
or
viewers
just call. You can just call or even visit us at Adringano.
Sure.
Or just call us on 020-888-2722.
This is your camera. Yes.
020-888-2722 or 027 114739.
Yes. Okay. And we'll also provide the details in the description, so you can click on it and then go check out her social media handles. So, what are the next steps for Accento Projects? What should we look out for?
Just look out for another of the groundbreaking construction projects developers in the country now.
Okay.
Yes, our vision is to be one of the best, or the go-to name when it comes to construction, turnkey projects, right from design all the way to decoration. All you need is just bring your clothes. You get it. Because we have found that you see, building a house on your own is not an easy journey. Ask anybody who has gone through that stress before. It's very stressful, you see. So we want to help take out that stress from you. Go about your business. Just handle that work on us. We will take you right from beginning. All you need is, please, we are done. Bring your clothes. So we'll build it. We'll design.
Come for the key, and then I enter
we'll design it, build it, and decorate it for you to move in. So within the next 1 year, 2 years, we've actually launched this package to help young people, young businessmen, professionals who don't have that time, don't have that energy. Do you get it? We have a package actually specifically for such people.
Okay.
Do you get it? It's called Dream Home Plus.
Right. Dream.
Yes. It's called Dream Home Plus. So basically, that's what we want to do, is to help young people, such people, actually build their first homes.
Yes.
Do you get it? Build their first homes.
And this is not only targeted to people in Ghana. If you're in the diaspora and you're relocating to Ghana and
you want to start putting up a structure here and there,
which is a big concern for many people in the diaspora, because getting trusted people to handle these construction projects for them.
It's true.
It's
but
then true. I trust her, so definitely. and so we are excited about what's next with Accento Projects, and personally, I'm excited with the growth you've displayed over the years. It's definitely not been easy.
Next year will be 10 years. Next year I'll be 10 years. Yes.
10 solid years in Ghana. I mean, that should, in Ghana alone, is a lot of experience and then a lot of lessons learned in the process. And we will definitely be around to celebrate that 10 years. This has been an exciting conversation with Selorm Dreamaker Djaba, who is with Accento Projekts. Thank you for joining us in this episode. We'll definitely check in some other time to see the progress made.
Amen.
And yes, when I'm building my house, I know where to go. Definitely.
We are waiting. Please take his number. We'll start chasing you.
Thank you for joining us in this episode. We'll hand over to Oralofori for the concluding words.
We hope you enjoyed today's episode of #The African Dream. We're working on the next episode, and we're looking forward to making it a very entertaining, informative, and educative one with your support as well. Keep subscribing our YouTube channel, link on the screen, and please remember, the African story is human story.